Alright. So, let's see. What's our next focus here? 5,000 earned. We have to sell the product with the microphone installed. So let's go ahead and bring up our little blueprint. And this is cleverly named 5003. And we have to fit in a square. What does your logo profile picture mean? To me, it's like a computer. That's kind of like what I was thinking, and the computer is a diamond shape, and I used it as a transition between each of the frames, and the logo being the somewhat creepy head in the beginning of the stream, with the little diamond here, is kind of meant to be like a game design. So like a game design computer, and it's and I'm indoctrinated into game design or something, or game design is what's actually controlling me. A little meta, I suppose. But it's just a little computer dude. Originally the grid is based on visual scripting, like in Unreal Engine, and that's where a lot of the inspiration came from. And I made my own grid grid system, and I have like these little nodes and stuff in Photoshop that I'm not actually using here yet. And the idea was like the stream is the game, and every once in a while, like the game kind of reveals itself. I kind of went away from that a little bit because Streamlabs doesn't allow me to do some of that stuff as easily as I kind of expected or anticipated. So I kind of stepped away from that a little bit. But yeah, thank you. I thought about it for too long. Alright, so I would really like to maintain my plastic case. I don't know if that's going to be possible. If I stick this right there and put the speaker here... Oh no, now there's 4 requirements. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Battery life, alright, we're hitting battery life. Man, the sound quality, we need 2 of these things. Let's see, processing power is actually not as high of a demand, so we can fit 2 of these simple circuits or 1 Z shape, right? Let's see. Oh, we have this thing unlocked. Oh, this is easier to stick in here. Let's see, how hard is this to make? A logic circuit, integrated circuits, and circuits. Ooh, that's tough. That is pretty tough, actually. Tier 5. Is that tough? Electronic workbench, 4 seconds. I mean, it sounds tough to me. But is it really that much more tough? It's just the delay is the time that goes from the logic circuit to the programmable circuit. It just gets us our processing without having to, like, we can just plop this right here. Let's see, what's the screen quality? 0.2. So we can actually do one of these. Let's see. What if we did, what is this one worth? 0.4, exactly. Okay. It's a little bit of a waste of space, but we could do, not you, speaker. So we could do this. So market appeal is 0.3, 2.9? Interesting. But we're hitting all the points. This is the first one where we hit all the points and it doesn't actually hit a 5-star market appeal. Interesting. Maybe we don't know everything about the market, huh? Alright, so the drawbacks are fragility. Plastic case. So let's see, fragility, it's a little less fragile. So if we stuck it in this instead, if it's even possible. So we can stick this in there. Let's see. Let's stick this in here somehow. Stick the battery up here for now. What's the thing that's got that weird shape? It's probably the battery, right? Oh, it's this guy. I was thinking this guy would go right here. But we don't need a battery. We do need a battery. Can we not make this? Looks like we need to make that. Okay. It's cool. Drawback, it's too high. Drawback. I see. So this is, the fragility is too high. Okay. So a different casing should help then. Oh, we don't need two of these, do we? No. People like their low quality screens. So we can stick these there. So the last thing we need to do is processing. Simple circuit, can't fit it. Programmable. Okay, so we're at 3.8. So the drawback is still high. It's not as high, but it's still pretty high. Okay. Can we... Do we have a new case that we can research? No. Okay. So looks like that's just something that we're gonna have to deal with. So I don't think I want to make a metal case. I think I want to stick with the plastic case. I don't know, it's a whole value higher. That's a lot less of a discount. It's a little bit more complicated. Let's see, 1400. The cost is more for the metal case. So we're spending a little bit more money. I'm not sure how much metal costs, but 6. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with plastic case. No, you know what? I haven't made metal cases yet. This could be a cool product if it's a metal case. Oh, look at that. Alright, can we change the color? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, like a Game Gear. Oh, it's got little ears. It's got little whiskers in the back. It's got a little nose. He has no eyes, but... Oh, that's cute. Wow. Looks like an N gauge. Wow. What kind of game device is this? No joystick? The D-pad is on the bottom? That's pretty weird. I would flip these. Oh well. Alright, we're gonna make a mediocre product here. And it's gonna be purple. It's gonna have some purple in it. And I suppose it's gonna be metal. Let's go for metal. It's the highest value, it's gonna be the highest amount of profit that we can possibly get from this. Let's see. Yeah. So if we upgrade this because memory becomes a thing, we can fit a memory bit right there. Not that we have to think that far ahead. All right, React 5003, finished. All right, new edition with a speaker. All right, so we have way too good of a speaker production going on now. I don't think we have to produce 10 a week, but or wherever we're at now, probably 15 or something per week. So the new thing that we need to produce is a metal case and the, let's see, I forget things almost instantly. Metal case and a programmable circuit. And probably going to shoot ourselves in the foot for that programmable circuit. Alright, so let's start off more or less simple. And let's see, basic, this makes programmable circuits, okay? So if we put this here, it should put it near the logic circuit production. And the logic circuit is actually being produced and being placed on this shelf. And it's just a programmable circuit. Yeah, so we can, when we are ready, we can switch these out for the version 3, and we don't need the logic circuit there anymore. Okay. So, let's just go ahead and do that. And these are the only things that we're not making. Integrated circuits. Alright, so what do we need for integrated circuits? Let's see. Info browser, crafting, nope. Module. Integrated circuits. We need, okay, this upgraded plastic part and these electronic parts. Okay. So, I'm thinking we can move this. You know what? Lack of a better idea for now, at least. This will be our sort of unclean version. We'll start with this. I mean, maybe we could, like... No. Yeah, I see like we're fiddling again. It's fun to fiddle. I love that little clicky sound and stuff. This was fun. I have to go. Good luck. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Oterum. Yeah, it's been really fun. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, so this one is gonna be... Let's see... what are we making? Oh, wait, I made the wrong thing. Deconstruct. And... Alright, electronic circuit. Or electronics bench. And you can do integrated circuit. And you need plastic parts and electric thingies. Let's see... Okay, so we don't have any plasticky things there. But we have plastic things there. Excuse me. And let's see. So we can walk all the way over there, which I'm gonna vote for right now. And we need electronic parts, and I think electronic parts are there right now. Alright, so for now, this is gonna be the solution. And we're just gonna put the integrated circuits into the medium shelf. And we're gonna grab our circuit from there, obviously. And our logic circuit from there. And our circuit board from there. And then the output... I don't want this guy walking all the way over there. We'll leave it for the logistics people. So we're going to turn it back into the medium shelf. And then we're going to place that programmable circuit in the big shelf. Okay. So now we can turn these into... No, I don't want to do that yet. Because we need to do the metal casing. Alright, now, how do we do the metal casing? So basic workbench. We can actually swap these out for basic workbenches. I kind of want to do that. Let's just do that. Boop, boop. And sorry to disrupt your workflow here, guys, but it is necessary. Alright, we're gonna wall... I don't want to wall it in that way. I want the logistics person to kind of come in that way. Or... idea. We can grab this and do something like that. Oh, there we go. And then we can grab our basic workbench and stick that right there. And it saves us a little bit of room. Now we can put an extra table here. Not that we need to. So simple case, plastic case, and metal case. Okay. So let's see here. So a simple case is going to need some plastic. So let's go ahead and put the plastic in there. Hold up. Small shelf. Okay. I don't know what the problem was, but resetting it worked. And simple case will go back in there. Okay. So we can close that. And now the plastic case, you'll get your plastic from there. You'll get your simple case from there. And you'll turn this back in. And then the metal case. We need metal now, and now we've run out of space. So let's put metal here. You're gonna get your metal from here. You're gonna get your plastic from here. Oh, you don't need a plastic case? Okay. All right. Well, I didn't realize that, so we can get rid of this. I think we're still gonna keep this. So instead, you're gonna make the metal right away, and you're gonna get your metal from here, and you're just gonna turn it back into here, and then our logistics people will pick it up. Okay. So some logistics person's gonna have to be, they're gonna have to do the long walk. Boom. That's why we have logistics people. And now that everybody's sharing this sort of island piece, let's share the load here and do it like that. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Okay. So who is unhappy? Is anybody unhappy? Why is this corner shelf unhappy? Ah, okay. We don't need this anymore. And let's see, beepers are unhappy, we don't need them. Programmable circuits we need, those we need. And these are there because we're not currently using them. So why? Okay, so this is an error because nothing wants the circuit. Okay. I see, so he's grabbing it from here and from there. Okay. I'm assuming the game's going to pick the best option. Okay. And what is unhappy here? Plastic cases. So we don't need the plastic case here anymore. Alright. So we can go pick up that plastic case. So we can get rid of that error there. Walking around. Alright, there we go. Alright, so you are going to work on metal, and you are going to work on simple cases. Okay. So now we can set this guy to be number 3. In some ways, it's actually been simplified. Oh. So one thing we haven't done is connect the speakers. So we need to disconnect it from here because we're no longer selling them, but we are turning them in for assembly. Okay. Alrighty. So you're gonna get your programmable circuits from here, and you're gonna get your speakers from here, get your metal case from here, and then you're gonna turn in here. Boom. And then we're gonna sell from there. Okay. Cool. So this guy's unhappy because of the plastic case. It's okay. We're gonna use up what plastic cases we have remaining, and we have. So you're gonna be React 3. So let's make those connections for you as well. Okay. Programmable circuits. We don't need this anymore. Metal, speaker, and we're gonna turn in to here. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's clear this inventory out with the simple case. We'll just leave the Alright, so we need to hire people now. Alright, otherwise we're losing money so fast. Mick Bianchi. Alright, Mick Bianchi, you're gonna be on... I have a lot of trust in you. You're gonna do the programmable circuits. Mr. Doyle, you're gonna do these other circuits. Okay. And there we go. There's a speaker delivery. So the only thing that is needed now is the metal cases. The metal cases. Okay, so metal cases. It is connected, yes. All right. Well, let's see how our production goes here. So the only thing that's missing now is the metal cases. So how many are sitting in here? 11. We might need to hire another logistics person. Now we're at 12. I think we can afford another person. Du Bois. Gagnon. Alright, we're gonna do Gagnog. Mr. Gagnog. Alright, so let's see. What did Oterum say? They don't need to be at the location that they're delivering to, they need to be at the location that is the source. So this is the source for the case. There we go. So we have the cases being turned in now. Okay. Yep, 12 cases right there. All right. So this is working. Let's go ahead and fast forward. These guys need plastic. We might need to hire another person for logistics. So plastic is here. Plastic is here. Plastic there. So we don't need it for the destination. We need it for the source. So we could hire somebody for that initial area.
CEO TV, voice of the industry. This story proves the importance of motivated employees.
Motivated employees. Produce 10 game devices per week that have at least one memory block module installed. Produce at least 10 game devices with a windowed case per week. Wow. Okay. A new case. All right. So memory bank, we can just fit it. I knew that was going to be coming next. All right. Great. We're just in time to update our game devices for better profitability. Oh, you know what? We never even added a discount, and we still ended up selling a bunch. If you're just joining us, we're just getting through level 4 through the campaign. And we just added the mono speaker, and the next thing we need to do is add a memory module to the next upgrade of the game device. Okay. So let's, Mr. Laser, what's wrong? Why so sad? What? Nothing. No, I'm fine. It's just no one wants to play games like Ghouls and Gubbins. Ghouls and Gubbins anymore. What will become of this a has-been like me in this tech-smart new world? Well, we seem to have things under control at the moment, Mr. Laser, but yeah, you guys have it all nailed down. All right. But should you ever need someone to help out here, I'm your man. Just a job for old Bob. That's wonderfully written. I'll keep this in mind, Mr. Laser. I promise. For now, we must get back to work, though. Where was I? Ah, yes. We've established ourselves as a steady player in the game device market. Let's keep it that way. Produce 10 game devices per week that have at least one memory bank module installed. Okay. We can easily do that. And notice that she didn't require us to put in the upgraded version of the memory module, but just the basic memory module. Okay. So we actually knew this was going to happen somehow. Our foresight was in tip-top shape. Let's see. Oh, it needs 0.8. Okay, never mind. It does want a high level of a thing. Wow, 0.3. Alright, so I have some of the... Oh, sound quality has gone down. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Do we need 2? Oh my gosh, we need 3? Oh no. Alright, can we do a small? Is that gonna be... Okay, that's exactly the thing. Oh, market appeal is 5. Good. Alright. So that means that we need to produce 3 of these. to satisfy both of these and itself. And we can actually get rid of our two sets of tables for the mono speaker. All right, I'm happy with this. The name kind of sucks, but we kind of been doing it this way. I mean, we could go the Nintendo route and just start calling it the new every time there's a new one. Okay, so, oh man, we need to make more money again. We should start making a profit here. Wow, look at this outgoing. Look at our production here. This is gonna turn up again. Okay, so like I said, we'd only need one set of mono speakers. Let's see, where's our memory module right now? Oh, we're not actually producing memory modules yet. Okay, so that's going to be this area over here is going to be a memory module. Okay. All right, so you, as soon as you're done, we need to make 3 of these guys. So, all right, you're going to be level 2, and you are going to be level 1, and you guys are going to work together. And next one, we're just going to duplicate this. Alright, so we have everything along the wall. Okay, so plop that right there, plop that right there, and this one will be kind of the same thing. Single module and tier 2 module. Excuse me. Alright, so now our storage, we're going to have our corner shelf. I love the uses for the corner shelf. And then they're going to deliver onto this thing. So that's the regular small shelving rack. They're also going to be pulling resources from the regular shelving rack. Okay. So what sort of things do they need? Excuse me. So plastic parts, integrated circuits as well. Crud. Okay. All right, so let's see. Integrated circuits will be produced here. Wow, it takes 10 seconds from here. I didn't realize it actually took a lot longer. Okay, so you don't need them. Only you need them. That means you're gonna need them as well. Okay. So I'm inclined. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So this guy, I'm going to change to integrated circuits. This guy's going to also do integrated circuits. And the group back here are going to produce the single and then second tier. So we can put another corner shelf here so they can trade with each other. Okay. Yeah, I'm happier with that. So like that and like that. Okay. So what do these guys need? Plastic parts and electronic parts. Okay. So these circuits, do we need to produce 2 of these? Because right now inventory is full, probably of the circuit guy. I'm inclined to convert one of these things to the plastic thing, the second tier plastic thing. I'm just gonna do it until we hit a bottleneck, and then it tells us that we need to actually bring it back. Yes, we still need the screws. We need the screws for these. Okay. All right, so we need a different bench here. Let's see. What are we making again? Plastic. All right, so basic workbench. And this will be plastic bits. All right, where is a confused person? There he is. This guy's been confused for a while. Okay. Somebody... There it is. That's the guy who doesn't have a job. Alright, you're gonna do that now. Okay. He doesn't have anything to do because we don't have any researching going. Not that we really need to do research, but... I mean, unless these things became a little bit easier to make. But I doubt it. Okay, so we can do an extra battery, I guess. We have 800 research points, so might as well research something. Okay, alright, so let's go through the logistics stuff now. So, our plastic parts needs plastic naturally. Let's see, so we have plastic right here already. So you're going to get your plastic from the same resource. And when you're done, you can turn your plastic resource or your plastic parts back into the medium shelf. And who needs... Okay, these integrated circuits. So this guy is already getting them. So there's multiple points that can turn these in. So these guys aren't going to need it, right? Oh, these guys need it too. Okay. So this guy will turn in, because the plastic parts, you can produce a ton of them. They're just like the regular green circuits. You produce so many of them. So they should be able to supply multiple points of requirements or points of things. Okay. So this guy isn't going out. I don't think we need that anymore. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So this error is here because there's an asset in there, and we just need to take it out because it needs to go somewhere. So I suppose for now, we'll let them kind of take it. All right. So the error is still there because there's no input for it, but we don't want to keep collecting them in there. Okay. So these guys need plastic parts and electronic parts, and plastic parts are here and electronics are here. So this one has been set up. Electronic parts and plastic bits. And it's a small shelf. This is gonna be a little annoying, but we have to do it. We're gonna have to get rid of this lovely shelf and replace it with a medium shelf. It's unfortunate, because now we have to reconnect everything. But that's okay. Okay. Alright, so to start now... Alright, so we need the double stack plastic. No, I don't want to do that. These guys need plastic, so this guy can turn them in to this shelf. Okay, done. This is where you'll get that. Electronic parts will be turned in from logistics. And electronic parts will come here. Connect that up. Alright, you can turn back in over here. This guy's done. Okay, so plastic parts here, electronic parts here, and turn it in here. Okay. So the plastic parts are here, and electronic parts here. Okay, so you need circuits. This guy's making circuits. And we just move it from there, from that shelf to this shelf. Okay. So you'll get your circuits from here. Okay. And you're already turning in there. Good. And the mono speaker will be turned into the medium shelf. And you're going to get your... it needs regular plastic. So regular plastic will also go into the medium shelf, the logistics location, and plastic will go in over here. And it needs screws, so the screws get turned in over here. We'll move it over to the medium shelf through logistics, and you'll take it from the medium shelf here. So we have our tuner in here. So now we need to take the output of this back to where it belongs, right over here, and we can close that. Alright, so these guys are gonna need... Actually, those guys don't, but this guy needs the integrated circuits. So this can be the resource shelf for everybody else. I think I'm going to preemptively get rid of this one and just use the medium shelf. I would really hate to do that again. What we just did over here. All right. Okay. So the integrated circuits will come in over here. And these guys will take the integrated circuits from here, and you're going to turn back in over here to the same pile. Oops. Okay. So these things are gonna fill in over here. So yeah, I guess just thinking, does this guy, after he's done working on stuff, does he move it over here himself? Or does he just turn it in over here and then logistics people deal with it? I think logistics people just deal with it. I think that's the better choice. Okay, let's do it that way. Okay, so you can keep that one closed. Alright, so this medium shelf is going to need more plastic parts. Alright, so you can get your plastic parts from there. And you can get your plastic parts from there. Okay. So these memory modules are going to be in the new products. So they're turned into the next shelf for the output for this other side over here. Let's see. Who is... Alright, we can get rid of that one now. Alright, so this is going to be turned in over here. This is going to be turned in over here. And then from here, we're going to take speaker to here and the memory to here. Or... Oh, we haven't changed it over yet. Let's go to 4. Oh, we needed the singles too. Kind of forgot about that. Alright, we still need to make money. I'm just gonna leave the previous one working as well. For now. Until we make some money. Alright, so you're gonna get that from there. Alright, so we just need the single memory module. So we need to make one extra memory module. Oh man, I really want to get it from here. Where can we stick that? Maybe we can... Man, this is a tight space. Oh. Alright, so what do we need? What do we actually need for these guys? Plastic parts, circuit, and electronic parts. We have circuits over here. And electronic parts we can just move. And plastic we have being produced here too. This has circuits, so we could... Since the output is going to just to here, and this is probably overkill for this one spot. So we could add this to here, and we could put the other memory module right here. Let's just do that. Lack of a better solution, I suppose. Alright, yes, this guy can do it. So you are going to produce these, and let's open up our logistics here. So we don't forget about this guy. You're going to get your plastic from there, your circuits from here, and let's see. This is going to be a potential bottleneck here, just from the walking distance. Alright, let's put that on a medium shelf, and this guy will get his electronics from there. It's not too bad of a walk, and you can just turn it directly into the medium shelf over here. And let's see. So this is our shelf. This will go in right here. Okay. Now, this new version can't be turned in there because we have the old version there. Oh, right. We learned that there's this whole bandwidth key. So we can reduce the bandwidth. And we can't reduce the bandwidth any further because there's products sitting in there, I'm assuming. And then the cell, go ahead and turn that in. Alright, so we can't because the bandwidth. So let's decrease the bandwidth to this, like to nothing. Okay, pop that in there. Cool. Okay, so these errors are here because our inputs, we no longer need those things, so yeah, we can't disconnect them. Okay. Alright, so we need to hire... Are you getting these from there? No, we need to stop doing that. You need to be getting them from here. Okay. So these guys... Alright, we don't need this shelf over here anymore, but we'll just keep it for now. Okay, so none of this stuff is connected. Or some of these things are don't have connections. So right here, the output's going to go right in there. And you're going to get your input from there. And you are going to get your resources from the big shelf over here. You can get those from there. And I thought we already did this, but we need electronic bits and we need circuits. So the circuits can be trolleyed over here. Okay, so circuits turned in here, electronic parts in there. Okay. So you're gonna do the same thing. Electronics from here, and circuits from here, and your plastics from there. And you're gonna turn in your singles right here, and you're gonna get your singles from there. Okay. Everybody looks happy. Some of these are a little unhappy because we're just not using some of these anymore. We could turn this into something else, like maybe another circuit thing, another circuit producer. And medium or simple circuits we don't need anymore either, so we can change that into something else. Okay. So now we need to hire some people. I'm not gonna let it ride, or maybe I will let it ride, actually. We need to make some money. Okay. So let's hire Mr. Young. Has been here for a while. He's been applying. So we'll go ahead and hire him. And let's go down the list. Willems or Gruber. We always hire a Gruber. They're the kind of danger and the spice that we could use in a novice company. Hans Gruber is his brother. Alright, so we're gonna hire some more people. Murray, because Murrays are funny. And let's see, who else? Robinson, Willems, Lordano. Let's do Lordano. And you're gonna go over here. Let's see, one more person. Let's do a Martinez. And plop that right there. Okay. So, is there anyone else that we're missing? No. Okay. Cool. Alright, so we actually need to probably hire somebody for logistics over here, because the job for this just got much more difficult. Alright, so you've been here for a little bit now. Go ahead and go on there. And you looked bored there for a moment. So we might pull you off of this one. I suppose we shall see. We'll see how bored she gets here in a moment. Man, look at this shipment. Wow. That's going to be a huge income. We've spent $30,000 since we started this transition. For as long as it's been sitting here, and we've lost $30,000. So we got some speakers turning in. Okay. Cool. So I'm thinking about... I keep finding myself thinking about how blueprints could be expanded or become more ambiguous or abstract, or how can they be abstracted to not be bound by types of devices, and rather devices that the player can designate as a thing. So if you sell it as a household item, there can be a list of household items that can just be added potentially, so that the amount of content can be the variables that I guess identify that type of household item. So like, for example, a refrigerator. Oterum was here earlier, and we only made 5,000 for... Oh no, we just got an award. Okay. Oterum was talking about expanding the amount of content in the game by allowing the player to create different types of things, or more different types of things, like refrigerators and microwaves and things like that. It's like some household things. Sort of losing my train of thought. I keep seeing these little error messages coming up, and it's worrying me. Like, the tables are a little too fast. They end up finishing their products before the next income comes in. So I think we need more people on this, maybe? No, we got 2 each. And we have 1 on this one. This person's pretty So So we could hire, let's go ahead and hire one more person. What's one more person gonna do for us here, financially speaking? Filipov. Oh, Freeman. Dang. I meant to hire another Freeman. Always hire Freemans. Gordon Freeman, of course. Alright, what are these guys' problem? Target inventory is full. Okay, so let's go into here and let's do our thing that we learned. Increase the bandwidth of these things to 2 stacks. Because this is a source for the rest of the shelves. Man, look at this pile. Man, that was the longest minute and a half. We're still losing money. Oh no. Can we survive another 2 minutes? Oh. They only... Wait. I'm confused. Why didn't they pick up everything? They only picked up some of them. Is there... There must be a limited amount in the truck. Huh. Okay, now everybody's satisfied. And we're still losing money. Losing less money, maybe? Okay. So we're talking about how the blueprint system, when you create a new thing, you have this sort of limited list. And the content is basically being limited to this list. So if some of these devices were less so actual products and components of products, or we do have products that the player will end up creating themselves or create their own blueprint. So for example, if you wanted to create a tier 2 battery or a different, more efficient battery, then you can put the battery inside of a case that has thermal components in it. It's more rigid, so that battery becomes much more reliable as a component that can be added to like a gaming device or a refrigerator or something like that. All right, hold on. Emergency again. Why aren't we selling enough? I'm concerned why, like, as to why this outgoing zone isn't just all shipping off. I don't understand why it's not all being shipped at the same time. I feel like we're gonna always lose money unless we can actually sell this pallet. Let's think about that for a moment. Yeah, because these React 5001 have been sitting here for a long time. These are products that aren't being sold, so now the whole factory is going to go to a standstill because we're not actually selling anything. Don't really quite understand why that's happening. Yeah, the game doesn't describe... Wait, I'm confused. This is next shipment. Outgoing zone. Oh, okay. So it doesn't actually describe when the outgoing zone gets picked up. Does it wait until it's full? I'm assuming it's on a similar timer as the input, or the incoming mail, or incoming zone. I'm not entirely sure. I guess we're about to find out here. So I'm pretty sure it only sells a little bit. Let's see. It only sells a little bit. I don't understand this mechanic. Oh, that's what's happening. Okay. So, it's the market. They're only going to pick up what the market is currently demanding. Okay. So, if we look at our... this is... Market appeal is 5. So... This is to react to... How do we... Oh, I see. So this is 100%. So market appeal for this is really, really low. Alright, that's why stuff isn't being picked up. And we don't know which one is which because they all look the same. Okay. Gotcha, that's what's happening. Okay. Alright, we're learning. Alright, the next shipment should be good. And we've discovered this feature just before we run out of money and become bankrupt. Yeah, this is 3. That's what was happening. Number 3, number 1, number 1, number 3, number 4. Okay. After this, we should be good. Because we are just shipping the 4s. The 4s are good, man. Market appeal, 5. 5 stars. When's that shipment coming in? All right, in 42 seconds. Okay. So it's an interesting problem to try to resolve, try to solve. Because there's always a bottleneck to replay value when you talk about content, or it's at least perceptively the reason of that's perceptively the reason for lack of replayability is usually correlated with a lack of content. So if you take games like Factorio, and you take games like this, and you take games like Astroneer, they each pose a solution. Look at that, now we're in a profit. We just sold our entire palette. Yeah, so they each try to solve the problem differently. And not any one of them has a better solution, really. They each have different problems, more or less. So Factorio's problem is it's driven by the player themselves. The players are effectively responsible, and it is an early access game, so the game is still very much under development. But the current game design is the player is responsible for creating their own content. If content is defined as like chapters and goals and quests, then the player is who's responsible for creating the content. If the player can create that content, so take Factorio again, if the player continues to go, oh yeah, I want to expand the factory, I want to make some cell factories, I want to increase productivity, or I want to increase the bandwidth of A, B, and C, then just realized that's fine. Oh wait, yeah. So React 4, increase the bandwidth, boom. Alright, I don't want that to be a bottleneck. Then there's essentially infinite content, at least until they've hit their goal, and then they're responsible to make another goal. And the content is basically relative to how creative the player is, as they are the sole responsibility for developing the content. Again, if content is being developed by the player, because the environment is dynamic and allows the player to do so. And in this game, Good Company, it's a very similar problem that Factorio has. And where Factorio's solution for an end game is... Excuse me, I muted myself that time. Factorio's end game is launching a rocket. And then the infinite content outside of that is pretty much just how many rockets can you send off per hour or per minute or whatever your goal ends up being. And that's when you get into like these really big mega bases and things like that. And the game gets compounded. The interesting aspects of the game becomes like kind of compounded and they layer on each other. And it creates more and more of an interesting sort of... Wait, what is this guy making? Oh, this one's still making 3s. Oh. I don't want to make 3s anymore. Okay. I want you to make 4s. Alright, let's go into logistics. Let's solve this problem. We'll continue this conversation. So the 1s go in here, the 3 bits go in there. Okay. And your output goes right on top of here. And this small shelf is just full on. And I suppose... yeah, these guys aren't bottlenecks, so we can just leave these be, and then the 4 can be added here, and we can increase the bandwidth that way. And 4 will go into 4. And this guy, 4 is going into 4. It's a full shelf. And can we increase the bandwidth yet? No. There we go. Now we can. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Factorio is responsible. Is placing a responsibility on the player to come up with their own content, and in here they've kind of solved that problem by having a dynamic sort of problem generator, for lack of a better word, and that's called the market. And the complexity that compounds on this is the blueprint designer system, allowing the player to have choices themselves to decide what kind of limitations they're going to have when they're actually designing their factory. And then also giving the player the choice for what kind of things they're going to be sacrificing in order to reach the market. And you have these other sort of subtleties like drawbacks and positives and negatives that allow the player to kind of have choice and have a perceptive control over what kind of products they're going to be producing. And that basically solves a Factorio problem, where the Factorio problem being specifically putting responsibility on the player to come up with their own solutions. This alleviates the player from having those responsibilities by creating those goals in real time and dynamically. So arguably, the discussion of content is the same as Factorio. There is a limit of how many different products you can create because you label those products. And something that's interesting about Factorio is you come up with your own terms called like cells, like cell factories, where these cell factories will produce just what's called green circuits and red circuits and blue circuits, those kinds of things. And factories will be placed all around the map, and they're individually responsible for each of those components. And then each of those components get shipped into other factories and things like that. But this is a design of the player's creation. And when I first saw blueprints in this, I gotta tell you, and I've said it multiple times, the blueprint thing is a absolutely brilliant solution to define a format for there to be problems for the player to solve. It becomes a player's fault. It's something that is tangible, that the player can then identify what problems are, comparing it to the market. I keep forgetting to fast forward. And it creates a structure or a framework that the player can actually communicate with and make decisions and good guesses and good decisions and bad decisions off of. Like we have here. But we're still not really producing much of a profit. So I think for this, once you've created everything, the interesting aspects of the game is driven by the market. So as long as the market produces interesting problems by indirectly affecting your blueprint choices and your factory design as a result of your indirect changes to your blueprints, then you essentially have an infinite amount of content. And again, as long as your market produces interesting problems that your players can understand how to solve, I mean, that's really what the content is for this game. So to expand on that a little bit, the idea of content for games like this, or this game in particular, is not limited to the types of blueprints you can create, and more about how interesting the problems that are introduced to the player are for the player. And I think I may have come up with a little bit of a simplified comparison. So Factorio does not communicate the problems to you. The player has to solve the problem, figure out what the problem is, and then figure out how to solve the problem. Where in this, the problem is told to you, and then the player is going to have to figure out how to solve the problem. So if Factorio were to implement something dynamic like this, where the bugs were constantly mutating or infinitely mutating instead of you infinitely making lasers or something, I don't know, it's a whole other discussion. That's not necessarily related to Good Company, and maybe if we play Factorio, we'll talk about that. But I think this game is beautifully designed. I think the biggest problems to solve are interface things, communicating to the player the proper information. So like the bandwidth. Unless I rubbed my mouse over this, I would have never known. And somebody in chat, Otera, was actually telling me about that. And if he didn't, or she didn't tell me that, then I probably would have never found that unless I rubbed my mouse over it and I just kind of clicked on it for some reason. If you're just joining us here, we're trying to hit this milestone. Oh wait. Okay, hold on. Right now we're trying to build a profit because we just lost a lot of money. You were all the way down to, I think, 27 or 32,000, and we came from 100 because we just upgraded our Game Boy thing into a version with the memory module. So let's look at this again. So a memory bank, is this something that we actually have researched already? Let's go take a look. Memory bank. Oh, register array. Memory bank. Wow, this whole time we needed this. Alright, well, we need more money anyway, so yeah, a lot of these games are sometimes a little bit of sit and wait, and this is another interesting comparison to Factorio, where I don't really feel like I've really hit a point in this game where I'm sitting and waiting. But in Factorio, if you're sitting and waiting, it's pretty much your own fault. Because there's no reason for you to be sitting and waiting when you're working. If you're not working optimally, it's your own fault because it's your design of the factory. There's absolutely no factors that contribute to your failure in the design of your factory. Where here we have a map that creates little constraints for yourself where you have to design around and you have to resolve. It gives you a few points of failure that you can blame. So my first guess is sitting and waiting is not my fault. And I guess partly the nature of how the game mechanics work here, where Factorio, you have the long reach mod, and you can just pick anything out of any of the inventory bits. It's not based on people walking. This is kind of reminiscent of the first time you use bots, and you don't really understand how to use bots yet. So some of the efficiencies are just not there. So normally, I'm still trying to figure out some of the timing of things. Normally I would be breaking right now, but we only have about 30 minutes left of the evening. So I'm just gonna let it run for another 30 minutes, or we're gonna keep playing here for another 30 minutes, and then we'll end at 9. So this will be a little bit of a longer video, maybe an hour and a half or so. Let's see. Yeah, our rendering is still going anyway. Got 16 minutes. Cool. Okay. So what can we do while we're waiting for the memory modules here? Let's see. What are some of the problems here? So inventory is full. Okay, so too many screws in here. Alright, so hop into logistics. Let's keep the system running in fast mode. So this one also needs screws. Who actually needs the screws? The only thing that needs screws is the speaker. Okay. Alright, so naturally, yeah. I mean, we could trade these out for a lower producing table, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. You know, they can overproduce and they can wait. It's not causing bandwidth problems. I'd rather overproduce and then we just have the assets than underproduce and we end up hitting bottlenecks. I can end up like hitting everybody along the trail here. So these guys don't have a job anymore, and I kind of forgot about them. If you're just joining us here, we forgot to, well, we didn't know. Actually, I could probably move on to doing the next iteration of this thing. So the problem that we just discovered is we are using the wrong memory module. So we don't need the register array, we need the memory bank, which we have not researched yet. So we'll see what kind of shape that's going to produce. That's 54%. So that should be done in a few minutes. Let's see. We have our assembler machines over here. So these guys don't have a job. Are these guys waiting on anything? Do we have any bottlenecks? Maybe these guys could do, I don't know, circuits or plastic or... So this guy, the inventory is full, so we're making way too many integrated circuits. It's not too big of a deal because that we're waiting on this research anyway, because we lost a lot of money and we need to make that up anyway. Okay. Yeah, so you can overproduce these integrated circuits, that's fine. Let's see, was there actually a bottleneck? Is there actually a bottleneck for logic circuit? Let's hop into logistics. Where are we turning this in? Alright, we're turning it into here. So logic circuits, now there's 9. We're not overproducing, but there's enough available. If anything, we are overproducing most things, and we can actually make another assembler. Actually, you know what? Can we fit another assembling machine? Just out of curiosity, is this... No, we won't have enough room. Oh, you know what we could do? We could put an assembly table... Oh, you know what we could do? Alright, here we go. Big brain mode. Alright, we can put our shelf over here, which will increase the walking distance for these guys, yes. However, now we can fit... Oh, we can't. Oh, no, we can't. Well, we can fit one. No, we can't. Alright, can we fit... No. Okay. Well, we can fit one more if we move this back and build an assembly thingy on the other side of that shelf or against the panel over here. I'm in favor of the panel over here. Let's see. You're going to make 4s. And let's go ahead and connect all this stuff up. And, okay, lots of things. So, programmable circuits, there. Metal cases. Small registry banks. Register arrays. And the speaker. LED matrix. The big enhanced battery. Okay, cool. And you can turn them in right there. Done. All right, 75%. All right, so what else? Oh, we need to hire that person now. Morin, Silva, Wouters. All right, I like Wouters. Because we need to be wowed by her performance, huh? I don't know, this is a stupid joke. Wouters, look at her go. Okay. Alrighty, so that should increase our profit a little bit and make us a little bit less scared when we do the upgrade. Speaking of the upgrade, let's see, in our research we can actually see exactly what we're going to need. So we're going to need more integrated circuits, and we are overproducing integrated circuits right now, so that's going to be okay. And we're going to need more circuits. So I think circuits are being turned in right here from our circuit little circle over here. Let's see, where do we have a gap at all? I don't know if we have a gap anywhere. Actually, we have a gap right here. So we can produce... So we can't select it yet. But we can see it, so we need circuits and integrated circuits. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm just going to put it in logistics. I'm going to put in a shelf here. And it's going to be a corner shelf. Because why not? Actually, this would be a better design, or more interesting maybe. We can put this right here. Oh, we can't put it there? Hold on. Oh. Put that right there. There we go. And then we can stick this right there. Okay, so we have a nice little pathway there. Okay, so we just finished. And... Alright. I think tier 5 is probably going to be enough for now, or at least for all the trophies here. Okay. So we need to produce the next tier battery, and these tables are not compatible for that type of thing. So let's get rid of those, and let's bring up our crafting bits and electronics workbench. Let's plop 2 of these here. Okay. So you're going to be producing a memory bank. And let's see, we need to pop open our logistics here. So we have these over here. Let's go ahead and have somebody move them over here. What else do you need? You need circuits. Okay, and here's our output for circuits. Plop that in there. Okay, and you'll get your circuits from there. You'll get your integrated here. Okay, and then we need register arrays. So this one is a very, very long walk. That's probably the biggest challenge right here. Okay, so question. Would it be better to have it over here? I mean, we could put the tier 3 thing over here somewhere instead of all the way down here. Let's see if we can fit it real quick. Just move this up here. Kind of stick it in the middle of the room for no reason. And let's see. So we need to overlap. We can't stick it there. Alright, what if we... Alright, we're covering the same stuff that we need. So let's move that over. There's still a gap right there. Okay, yeah, let's just leave that there. Okay, so what kind of stuff do you need? Alright, so you can grab your register arrays from here. You can grab, let's disconnect these. You can grab your... Okay. So somebody needs to move integrated circuits to here. You're gonna grab your integrated circuits from there. And somebody needs to move circuits, not from here, but from down here over to this shelf, which is horrendously inefficient, but it's something we need. Okay, so we can disconnect that from there. Take this over here, and we're gonna disconnect this. And then we're gonna plop memory bank into there. Okay, who is consuming 2? Is anybody consuming 2? Consuming no? Oh, this one's consuming 2. Less bandwidth. Okay, hold up. Lock our camera. Get out of logistics. And let's grab one of these. Okay, hop back into here. Disconnect that, or select this and decrease. There we go. The button wasn't working there for a moment for some reason. So not from that shelf, but from this shelf, we need the memory bank. Okay. Okay. So we should be okay. So we hire somebody for this table. Mulder's gonna work on this table. Alright, so did we disconnect the register array? We did. We did. So at some point we're gonna run out of materials. And we might start dipping in our profit. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so we have that going for us. That's gonna be good. So I want somebody to get started on the new thing. Okay, so we've finished it. So let's go ahead and pause. Here's our draft. And I have no idea what the shape is going to be. Okay, it's going to be 3. Okay, so I want it to be largely the same. Wow, 5 now. We're only just hitting the minimum for some of this stuff. So sound quality at 0.6. We need a different case. How are we gonna fit this in here? Let's see. Battery life is 0.4. Data storage is 0.8. So let's rotate this and plop this right here. How much is this worth? It's worth 0.5. So if we do this and a register array, we're at 0.8. Let's see, 0.8, 0.6, 0.4, 0.5, 0.4. There we go. Oh, I don't know what I was so worried about. Okay, cool. And finished. All right. Okay, so that is number 5. Okay, so what that means is we need to produce probably more register arrays. So we need to reconnect this and let's see, we have 1 opening. Right? Yeah, but we don't have a plus anymore. So something is using this. Let's see, I'm trying to find it. Oh, this guy. Okay, so we don't need these single batteries anymore. Let's go ahead and clear out some of this old inventory. Okay, out of here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we need to connect the register array back in here. And... oh, wait. Let's see. Did I just duplicated it? No. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we should be good. Let's see, this table stops, so you're gonna do 5. And let's connect up the memory bank. And your output is gonna go right there. And you're gonna sell right there. Okay. Might have to start thinking about a medium shelf for output. Alright, so this is the output here. So what I'm thinking immediately, at least, is we move this shelf over, and then we put a medium shelf kind of right here. Oh, we're underproducing these guys. Wow, they're having to walk so far away. Why did they walk from here to there? There's no reason for that person to walk all the way over here. Huh. Oh wait, this person's making them. Put it in, yeah. Grabbing your next part. Okay, grabbing the rest of your bits. And then you're making. Okay. Looks like we're still hitting a bottleneck for the speaker though. Never hitting a bottleneck for the register arrays. Alright, let's see if we can give him some register arrays, because I think we have some. Nope, we do not. And you, we can put in a speaker bit. And that's it. Okay. Right. Getting a tired feeling. That towards the end of the stream, tired feeling. Metal cases now. And inventory is full. Alright, so that means... Oh wait, what about logistics? It's not a source. Oh no. Okay. Alright, here we go. Here we go. This isn't covering anything anyway, so we can stick that right there. And now it should fix it. Right, so this guy has nothing to do. Go ahead and add yourself to that list. This guy has nothing to do. And these guys need inventory, so... How many people are in this? Too many. Let's see. One person's on this guy, and one person's on that one. So why don't you go ahead and help that one out? Okay. I have to keep reminding myself. See, now we just caught it just in time. We're only just now losing a little bit of money. Alright, anybody else not have a job right now? I know you're hitting a bottleneck. Hey, so look at that. We're actually producing them. I don't want to put these assemblers on the next version just yet here, because we're obviously hitting a bottleneck with this. So how can we increase production, or do we need to increase production of these things? The registry arrays. The registry arrays are very much satisfied. I'm thinking... Okay, this is my thought. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a small shelf right here. And let's hop into logistics here. We're gonna put this also in here. And this guy is gonna grab these things from either location. And then this logistics thingy, this is a pretty important network node. This guy, he's not doing anything, so I'm gonna put him on this node right here, because I think it's pretty critical that this area works. This is pretty much the bottleneck for everything. Who's working on this one? Oh, this guy, Greg Mulder. Yeah, Mulder. All right, let's watch Mulder. Let's go look at the day in the life of Mr. Mulder. Where is he? Oh, Did he disappear, or did I just, like, not see him? Look, he's not there again. Is this him? Okay. Okay, alright. Just following him. Okay, he's turning that in. And then he's gonna go get it from... Oh, I see, he's getting it from both locations, but now he's actually getting enough stuff. So the memory bank is just getting used up immediately. So we got 1. And 1 register array. Okay. So that is definitely a pretty big bottleneck. Or these is memory. I just feel like we don't have enough space, like physical space. We can probably move, like change this research area up and move this whole chain over. And that might give us just a little extra space back here. And that little extra space, we might be able to fit 1 more of these things. Because the small registry banks are... they're oversatisfied. I wonder, can one of these satisfy 2 of these benches? We're not trying to turn in these singles, right? No. Okay. Alright, we're back to our profit again. Okay. So we're trying to figure out a way to increase our what are these? Registry array bandwidths so that our memory bank can increase its bandwidth, and we can upgrade the rest of our assemblers to our new version of a not Game Boy. And one of the solutions might be a fairly time-consuming process of moving this. Right now I can see 2 blocks. This thing can be placed right here. This guy isn't even doing anything. What logistics network might you be most helpful? Maybe... I don't know. I'll just stick you on that for now. Alright. Well, alright. Enough dilly-dallying here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. And move this over here. Alright, so now we have a 2-row gap right here. Just go ahead and try to make some room here. Thankfully, this doesn't disconnect anything. We're in, you know, Factorio, this would disconnect everything. Oh, we actually moved it 2, so... Oops. Let's move you over 1 more. Okay. And move you over 1. 1 more. Okay. Oh. Actually, we can move you right there. You right there, you right there. Okay. So this is where we have a little bit of flexibility. Well, maybe. We kind of don't. Maybe we can change up this design a little bit. Yeah, there's only 2 slots back there. Let's see, there's a bottleneck for electric bits over there, electric parts. Yep, we do have multiple people on this. 3, and we have 3 on this one as well. Okay. Thinking through. Okay, so this one, we are basically mimicking this design. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, this one has 5? Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is interesting. But do we actually have 1 more block? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So no, we can't do that same design. This is pretty much probably about the most optimal pattern that we can really do. So we have this gap up here. Can we get one more? Can we squeeze one more out of this corner over here? Well, I think we can actually. So we can move this over. Move this. Maybe... Do we need this rack anymore? Oh, wait a minute. Alright, I think I got something. Alright, let's pause real quick. And we're gonna rotate this a little bit. We're gonna move this out of the way. And we're gonna move this thing. We actually don't even need research anymore. Take that over there, and boom. There's our one more slot. Oh my goodness. We found it. Alright. Cool. We found our one slot. Cool. Alright, let's cram everybody in here. These poor people. It's gotta be hot in here, you know? What's blocked? Oh, we have to move this one first. Move this one. Oops. And this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one. Boop. Boop. Yeah. That one. This. Yeah. That one, and this. Okay. Alright, so now we can actually fit some extra things in there. Ooh. Alright, we found it. We have squeezed just a little bit more out of this factory. So now we can stick 2 more things in here. And this is going to be a single registry bank, or small one, and this is going to be a registry array. Okay, and we're going to put a corner shelf right here. So if we angle it like that, all right, let's go into logistics. All right, so you're gonna grab. All right, so you're gonna put this here. This guy is gonna get this from there. Okay. So from the original source all the way down here, we need this to be sent to the shelf. And you guys are going to grab your plastic from here. And then from all the way back here, circuitry. We're going to place that right here. And you guys are going to get your circuits from there. And probably the worst thing, the electronic parts, is going to come from all the way from shipping. And you're going to grab that from there. Okay, so you're done now. And let's see. We have these guys here. We need... Ah, the corner shelf can only fit 4. That's right. Alright, well... Do you grab it from all the way over here? That bites. Alright. Well, at least we're turning into the same place. Okay. Let's just try this out. Alright, let's hire Mac Hoffman. You're gonna do the registry arrays, and Brunetti, Burger, Nagy. We don't want anybody Nagy in our company. Mac Burger. I'm gonna grab you, and you're gonna go there. Okay. Alright, so why are we losing money right now? I feel like it's a logistics problem. It's always a logistics problem. Every single time it's a logistics problem. Alright, I really want to see how this is going to turn out before we close out our stream today. Oh my gosh. Look at all the things we're hitting now. No LED matrices. Let's see, this is going to here. It's going from all the way back here up there. So, and it's from this one. All right, so this guy is pretty strapped. So let's hire our 51st person. Watson. Dameth. All right, we're gonna do Dameth. You're gonna go on this logistic network, and that should help, because this thing is responsible for quite a bit. I think. Maybe. I think so. I think it's quite a bit. I think it's a good choice. We're still selling quite a bit. I'm surprised this is so bad. Maybe we're just really underproducing. I wonder if this inventory is actually maxing out. 14,000, and we're still only at a 2K profit. Alright, so I'm really curious to see how these register arrays are going to come out. So I'm tempted to put... I won't... Oh. Game might have crashed. It might be our sign to end the stream tonight. I think the game crashed. Well, on that bombshell,